I just finished up a video where I talked about worrying about work when I get home. Now, until I had a business coach, I didn't really understand what was happening. But once I hired my business coach, I began to talk to him about some of my stresses and some of my frustrations. He said to me, listen, your home problems, your stress at home is causing more than you can imagine to go wrong in the business on a daily basis. And I said, how can that be? And he said, well, here's the deal. He said, you go home and you take the stress of work home and you don't show up at home for your wife and your kids. That's pretty true. And he said, so then you go to work the next day and you're thinking about the fact how you didn't show up for your wife and kids at home. You feel bad about it. And you begin to spiral at work and you're not being the 100% shop owner, the 100% business owner that you should be because you're focused on all of these emotions, all these other things. And he said, so you don't show up at work and you've created a vicious cycle. Now I know none of you have ever done that. All right, like seriously. I am gonna tell you that hit home for me. And I said, okay, so what do I do to fix it? And he said, you need to go to the worry tree. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought the dude was crazy, okay? This theoretical tree out in the middle of my yard. But I've learned something. If you tell your mind something, it works kind of like a light switch if you do it enough. You will trigger your mind to follow a particular pathway. And even though it may seem extremely stupid to say that there's a worry tree, an imaginary tree in your yard that you would walk by when you got home and hang your worries up on it and say, I'm gonna leave these here. They'll be here tomorrow. I'll pick them up when I go to work. You would think it would be crazy for that to make an impact. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it does. If you do that every single day, if you take some initiative and you're intentional about it, when you walk into your house and you say, hey, I can't do anything about these problems in my business tonight. I'm not going to do anything that changes it. I'm not going to be able to modify things. I'm not going to be able to pivot. I'm not going to be able to do anything about this right now. And so the most important thing I can do is A, go to work tomorrow rested and relaxed. Go to work tomorrow knowing that I was a good dad, that I was a good husband, and I was there for my family. I was intentional about the time that I spent with my family. If you can do that, you can recognize how important that is. Your mind will begin to pick up what you're putting down. And so every night when I go home, I take stock of the fact that that car that went sideways, I'm not going to do anything about it tonight. And that client who was upset, guess what? Chances are they've already forgotten about it. Chances are they're not even thinking about me or my shop or what I did wrong. They're off enjoying their family too. Remember that the problems of today in your business are not problems for tonight. You must be able to separate yourself like Clark Kent and Superman. You can't take these things home. They will destroy relationships. They will destroy families. They will create strife. They will create pain. So when you get home at night, walk by the worry tree. Take those things that you're so worried about, hang them up right there on the worry tree and let it go. I hope this helps you guys. I know it really helped me. Took some practice, had to do it quite a bit, but it did make a difference. So if this impacts you, please consider giving it a share. Not for my sake. As I've told you before, I don't make these videos for me. I make these videos so my kids know what I believed and what I thought. But I have a lot of people reach out to me and say that the videos impacted them in a positive way. So I'd ask that if it impacted you, you'd share it. So maybe somebody else can be positively impacted by this and learn some of these lessons that I learned the hard way that I had to pay to learn, and see if it doesn't make their life better without having to learn it the hard way. Y'all have a good one.